Okay, folks, some have asked for me to actually show the process of cleaning these, and I'm going to do the best I can to make some videos and get it together. For me to sit here and have it run the whole time, it's just, with my equipment and the way I operate, it's just not going to work very well. So we're going to try this. But anyway, this is what I use if I strip one. It's kind of rare that I actually strip one down, to be honest. But this one, this is my RTI C grade Vertelli 6.5, and it's really dark. And honestly, excuse my video here moving around, I don't want it that dark. I'm gonna try something a little different. So I'm a little under the weather. I'm starting to get some sniffles, so bear with me. We'll see how this goes. I'm gonna do this real quick, and I got a bunch of other things I've got to do today. But that's what I use, and it works well. You just put it on, let it sit for about 30 minutes, take it off, and if you have to, reapply. You can do this overnight, but I don't want to do that. But if you do, you're supposed to cover it with saran wrap and all that bunch of craps. I'm not doing that. But I'm going to do that before I fix the crack and all this. And it is cracked all the way through. So, as you can see, I mean, it's, that's someone's attempt of a previous fix. I would love to get that out, but I don't know if I can. But you see where it's split there. I've got ideas to fix that as well. Honestly, that's kind of in the way, but I've got a plan. I'll see what I can do. Try to get this fixed up. I do have the little pieces. Let me get this over here so you can see them. I have the pieces, like the filler pieces. I'm gonna clean. I hadn't cleaned them yet. I'm gonna put them in there and acryglass them in, most likely. Then I'm gonna start. I'll get everything glued and finished down, and then I'll pin it, because I'm gonna have to pin that. I want it pinned anyway. I mean, you can see plumb through it. I'm not worried about it. I can fix that, but some of them that I've seen, they were split all the way through on both sides. So, really and truly, the stock's not in that bad a shape besides that. But I'm gonna do the best I can and kind of show some videos. But as far as me actually doing it, it's just gonna be so hard for me to do that. I don't have the right equipment. Maybe one of these days I'll get a GoPro. I mean, right now I'm using my cell phone, so that's why it's so jacked around sometime when I'm doing stuff. But anyway, I'll get back and see what we can do. This is my first coat applied, and I brushed it on and letting it sit for about 30 minutes or so, and then I'll start scraping it off with the wood grain. And I'm not trying to get, white wood or anything like that. I just want some of these oils off so it's not so dark. So we'll see how it turns out. Okay, so this is after the first coat. The recommended 30 minutes, actually it was about 35. Didn't do much. A little bit. Maybe you can't tell. It did lighten it some. But in order to get this, I mean, this is over, 140 years of dirt, oil, and grime, and maybe it's just me and lack of patience. But it lightened it some. I don't really want to put this stuff on here and leave it overnight. I mean, I guess I could, but I'm probably going to clean it up, wash it down again, seal wool it a little bit with 4-aught like I normally do, and let her dry and go from there. This did get a lot off, but just not enough. I guess enough is up to the beholder, but I was hoping it would lighten up quite a bit more, but it's just so many years of stuff on this gun. I mean, I guess at some point we have to be a little realistic. It'll look good though. Okay, so stock is dried out a little bit. You see here, I've got this crack going all the way through. Besides that one. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to drill through here, drill through here, drill through here, and put my stock pins, my repair pins in there for that, to fix that part. I will probably do another one, well, on this side, probably, right through here. I'm going to do another pin through there, because you can see this crack. I'm going to try to stop it right here. Then, of course, you know, this is broken all the way through. So I'm going to fix that. That'll never be perfect. We all know that. So I'll fix that, and I'll try to sand that out a little bit. Hopefully not to, I don't want to get into this much, but just enough to smooth it out. We'll see. I'll glue this little piece. Everything up here is okay. There's one little piece right here. If I can get this to focus, you can see one little piece come out. I have that piece. It actually, I don't know how it come out so clean, but I have it. So I'm going to glue that in place as well. But I'm going to try to work from this side, because since this side's the one that's messed up, I'm going to try to do all my drilling from this side and pinning, and try to pin these pieces to keep this crack from coming up, you know, getting much worse. It's already terrible, but I think I can stop that. And I'll glue this and hold it over, and then I'll do the same thing. I'm going to have to come right down through here, because this, actually, it's like a little plug, and I guess these plugs are missing. But I'm not going to mess with them. I'm not going to fill them or nothing. But this is like some kind of braid or something that somebody put in there, and I can't get it out. So I've knocked it in enough where I can cover it and try to, you know, smooth some of these holes out. That had a staple in it. But anyway, I'll have to drill through here, come into here with a pin, and pin that down so that won't move. Not a bit. I mean, it's not a big deal. I'll get all this done. But I wanted to show something. This has a different kind of... Okay, let me get around here. Maybe I can read it. It's a different kind of stamp I have not seen on these guns. It's not the AOI stamp. I can't read it. I've got my glasses on. I still can't read it. And this looks like someone's hammered a, I don't know, some kind of flat nail or something in there. But I can't read that. But if somebody has seen this before, let me try to still steady myself. If you know what that is, let me know. I've never seen that. It's kind of different. But anyway, Yeah, got a little work to do to the stock. I've still got to clean these parts up. Like I said, these are the pieces that come out. I think I am. I was on the fence if I was going to re-blue this, but I am. I mean, I'm not going to halfway do it, so I'm just going to see all the rust that was under this. But, you know, this is, you know, the spring is missing. So, you know, I'll have to fix that. That's the little chips that come out. I'll fix that. But, you know, it's just going to take me a while. But I am going to re-blue it. So, but the stock first. I'm going to do this first. That's going to take some time because I can't do it in one setting. I'm going to have to glue this, most likely. Or I may do this first and get it ready, and then I'll glue this. Then I can drill it, put a pin in it. I don't see how I can do all this at the same time. I'd have to, I don't know. We'll see. But that's just going to be gnarly. There's nothing I can do about that. You'll see it, but I'm gonna do my best to fix it. Maybe you won't see it as bad as what you do. So, but anyway, when I get to the next step, I'll let you know. And it, you know, after stripping it and it dried a little bit, it did come out a little bit not so dark. You know, that's why I did it, because it was so dang dark. And it is, but it's not as bad as it was. It actually works better than I thought it did. And I only used the stripper one time. So I'm gonna leave these. Like I said, it's kind of cool. I mean, obviously they had like some little wood plugs in there. I didn't see that before till I cleaned it. But I'm just gonna leave it. It adds character. We'll leave it the way it is. But anyway, we'll get to the next step here in a few days. See y'all later. Okay, so I've used my arc of glass to try to repair the big crack. Some people's going to criticize this, so let me just get right to it. I decided to go all the way through it. I mean, as jacked up as this stock is, I'm going to be able to smooth it out and you won't see it anyway. But I wanted to pin completely through it. Just all the way. Not halfway. I wanted it all the way down. So that's why I've done that. I'm sure I would get criticized. I've never used this epoxy before. I mean, normally I use my wood glue, but this is definitely not a job for that. I've had to put some weights on the stock because it was broken in half, so it was flexing. So I've got my drill weighted on it. I don't have a vise and all this kind of stuff. So I got this drill back here holding pressure on that with something up under the front to hold this in place, along with the surgical tubing. It's kind of holding this upper piece. It's holding that, but it still needed a little more pressure, and I just ended up going on top of it with a clamp. So, you know, the thing about doing videos of how you do something is somebody's going to jump in there and fire you up. I've got my own way of doing it. Obviously, I mean, when you see I get done, it looks pretty good. But when you see the process, sometimes it's a little ragged. But this one, I looked at it. How much? You know what? I'm just going to go all the way through it. And of course, you know, I put the epoxy on it, dripped it down in the hole, and I put it on the pin. So yeah, I'll cut it off and file it down real smooth, and you'll see it on either end, but that's okay. And I'm gonna try to fill all this in the best I can, and we'll just go from there. But we'll see what it looks like when we get done, y'all. So next step. So I got that pin done, and got a little putty spread across the crack. A couple of holes there. Looks like crap right now, but I'm gonna smooth it out. I mean, like I said, this is not gonna be perfect. It never would have been, but it's gonna look better than what it was. Let the epoxy set up, cut the pins off, and filed them down real smooth. I put 2 more, and that's going through where the cracks are here. And you can see the pins. I've got them epoxied. I'll let them sit, then I'll cut them off and smooth them out. So we'll see how this goes, and I'll get that tomorrow, and I'll sand all this down. I got to let it all set now overnight, and we'll just one step at a time. I hadn't even started on most of the. I've cleaned the metal, most of it, but I haven't put that much emphasis in it. The barrel I did, but I still got to strip it down some more if I'm going to reblue it. And I'm undecided. I am so on the fence if I'm going to reblue this or not. I don't know. We'll see. Right now the focus is the stock. If you remember, it was broken all the way through completely. The whole stock was flexing because it was cracked all the way. I had this little piece here. I had the epoxy. Like I said, I got cracks running through this way and through this way. So I've pinned them, drilled them and pinned them with epoxy, the Acroglass. And we'll just see. And as far as smoothing these down to where they're really smooth, I finish it up with sandpaper and stuff, but I'm not going to lie. I'm going to show you the tool. That's it. Now you got to be very careful because you don't want to get the wood. You just want to do the brass pin. But it smooths it down really good, really quick. And then you just finish out with some sandpaper. Then you come back with some steel wool and so on and so on. And just take your time. But let me see, where did I have that? You can see the bottom side of it. I got the sniffles, y'all. So I'm trying to... But you can see where that one come out. And this one, the one I just had to drill, yes, it was very close. Very close. But that's where I had to go. So, because I needed to pin that. See if I can set this down. Because it's cracked all the way through. As you can see. All this was cracked. So I drilled this pin. I didn't go all the way through. But this one I did. I went all the way through to hold it back. Because if you remember, this whole piece right here was cracked all the way down. So this is like sandwiched together with that pin. I wanted it all the way through. These almost all the way through. But I'm trying to combat these cracks and hopefully stop them. So these pins, I don't know if anyone's ever used them, but they come from Brownells, and they're awesome. They're brass, so you can shear them off real quick. It's good for this little small stuff, and they actually have a smaller one. But I think these are 3/16, I think. But it's coming along. So tomorrow I'll come out here and shear them off, and I'll sand this out, and you know, I'm sure it'll look better than what it did. It's already more solid than what it was. So, but anyway, just give you a little idea of what I do. I mean, like I said, some of y'all have asked for, you know, me to show how I do it, and with the equipment I've got, I mean, I just use my cell phone, so it's really hard to do that. Hopefully, I'll get a GoPro one day, and I can do a little better stuff like that. But So right now I'm going to try it like this, and y'all can tell me what you think. But anyway, till next time. Alright, so I'm not done with it. But remember the big crack? It was right there. I hadn't even oiled the stock. I've just kind of got everything. I just put everything kind of halfway on here to look at it. But looks pretty good compared to what it looked like. You know, that was already there. But if you remember, this looks rough, or looked rough. I mean, not that it looks great now, but it looks better. This is just another stage. I'm about to take it all apart and oil the stock for the first time. Then I'm going to decide if I'm going to blue these parts. I don't know. I don't know what I'm still on the fence with that. I want to, but something's wanting me to just leave it the way it is. I don't know. We'll take a look at it, but I'm about to oil the stock and go from there.